Hi guys, my name is Martina and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my summer goals with you guys. As a college student, my summer break is almost exactly 3 months long, which is an immense amount of time. So as the school year was finishing, I came up with a list of goals that I wanted to achieve. The sole purpose of this video is to document them so that I can rewatch this at the end of the summer and see if I achieved everything, and also to maybe inspire a few of you to do something that's good for you whenever you get the chance to have a break. The first one is to save money. So I have a few streams of income this summer. The primary one is my job at a grocery store that I'm not going to name for safety reasons, where I work as a cashier / bookkeeper. It's actually a job that I worked at for about 1.5 years before college that I've now returned to thanks to my lovely managers who let me return. This job pays me $15 an hour before taxes, which is the minimum wage in the state of New York, and I get a good amount of hours. Like this week I got 5 days, and then I picked up a shift from a coworker who got 6, so I'm working 6, which adds up to just a little under 40 hours. My second stream is Poshmark. I'm going to be selling a lot of stuff from my closet this summer because I'm going through this organizational frenzy with my room right now. Living in a dorm made me realize that I like living a minimalistic lifestyle, and my room back at home just did not reflect that, so I'm tackling it. And then my third stream of income is something very small. I'm just like saving all of my coins, or like when people at work tell me to keep the change, I put it in my bag and take it home, and then at the end of the summer I'm going to deposit it. On top of all of this, I'm also literally not spending any money this summer, like very minimal expenses, which are like essential things. So if I run out of face wash, I'm gonna buy more face wash, but I'm not getting any of my material girl things done. So my hair, my nails, my eyebrows, my lashes. I am letting myself get my Brazilian waxes because it's the summertime and I just cannot recreate that effect at home. So yeah, I also have one stock purchased from a few months ago, and I want to get into buying more, but I feel like it's something that I have to educate myself on because it can go very wrong very quickly. Like the one that I have, literally I've like lost money on it, so that's just something that I'm looking into for the future. On the bright side, at the end of the summer I am gonna let myself do a shopping spree before school, and I'm gonna use all the money that I make from Poshmark to pay for my material girl spending. If you're wondering why I'm putting so much pressure on saving all this money, it's for a few reasons. The first one being that I burnt through a lot more money this past school year than I had expected to, and I don't regret it because every single dollar went towards making a memory that I'm very fond of. And 2, I'm looking into buying a car sometime around or hopefully on Columbus Day weekend of this year. I have recently felt pressure to like buy a car sooner. However, if I do, I'm gonna basically drain my savings, and like if the car needs a repair, I'm not even gonna have money for something like that. So I just want to ensure that I have way better financial security before I make that next step, which is also a very multi-layered step because along with that I want to look into opening a credit card, building my credit, yada 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 yada. Second, I am losing weight. If you've seen me in real life, you know that I am not by any means like overweight. I'm actually perfectly healthy. I just want to lose a little bit more weight purely for aesthetic purposes. I'm doing it in a healthy manner. It has been a little bit hard because I just went from living in a dorm where the mindset is like just eat anything as long as you eat, to eating really clean. On top of that, I've also been running around 5 days a week at my gym because I got like the summer membership. Hello? Hi. And I basically have the same routine every time I go. I stretch, do my run. So as of right now, I do a 2-minute walking warm-up, run for 8 to 10 minutes, take a 1-minute break, run another 10 minutes, take a 1-minute break, run 5 minutes, take a 1-minute break, and then run 2 minutes, take a 1-minute break. In total, that adds up to 30 minutes and 25 minutes of running. After that, I do a 1-minute plank, stretch again, and I'm done. One thing that I will say is I wear one of those like sweatbands while doing it, and it makes me sweat a lot more around my stomach, which is where I'm trying to like lose the weight the most, which I know you can't like control where you lose weight, but whatever. And it's been making my stomach look way more defined. I will get into this topic in a whole nother video, assuming that I've lost the weight successfully, because I have PCOS and this is kind of a trial and error process, but yeah. Third, I want to get comfortable driving. I got my license on 4/20. I had to go to school right after, so I never really got to experience the joys of being a new driver until very recently, and knock on wood, I haven't gotten into any accidents yet, and I've only made very minor errors driving. I actually don't get nervous driving, but I am aware of the fact that I'm 18 years old and a lot of people around me have been driving for almost 2 years now, most of them with their own cars, so they're far more experienced than me. And although I know everyone's on their own timeline in life, I want to drive as well as them in like a year, which is also why I'm looking into buying a car, because the only way you can get good at something is by practicing doing it, and without access to my own car, I really don't see myself becoming a good driver until I like graduate college, which is too late for me just because I've always been inclined to drive and own a car. At this point, I just have to conquer driving on highways because that's the one thing that I haven't done, and it's important for me to do, especially if I want to be driving the car around an area like New Paltz, where to get anywhere past that small town, I have to go onto a highway. Fourth, I want to continue reading, so I started reading the Bible, and I also am working my way through a few other books right now. It's Call Me By Your Name. That movie is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I've never actually read the book, so that's what I'm doing. I really just lost the habit of reading as I've gotten older, and it's something I miss. It's something that gets my brain going at the beginning of the day and winds my brain down at the end of it, so I think it'd be really beneficial for me to incorporate it into my daily routine as much as possible. Fifth, I want to learn to play the guitar. I got a guitar for Christmas, not this past year, but the year before that, and I've never learned how to play it. I've attempted many times, but I just never had the time. So this summer, I'm making myself sit down and do it, and since I'm not spending money on nails, I can't use the excuse of, oh, but my nails are long anymore. They're short. This has to be done. It's something I've wanted to learn how to do since I was like 9, 10. Sixth, I want to learn German. And by learn, I mean relearn. I took German the past 2 semesters to fulfill my language GE credit, and I really loved the concept of it. I just couldn't execute it properly. For some reason, I have this real obsession with Germany. No one in my family knows why. I don't even know why. I'm also Polish, which I think confuses them a little bit. Anyways, my German professor told me that next year she wants to reinstill this club that she used to have where she brings in German speakers from outside of the school community and lets them talk to students. I want to be able to participate in that. In order to do that, I have to revisit all of the material that I learned, which I can do easily because I'm holding on to the textbook that I bought for the class. And I plan on doing learning to play the guitar and learning German interchangeably. So like, if Monday I play the guitar, Tuesday I learn German, and so on and so forth. That way I'm not getting way too overwhelmed with how much I want to accomplish in one day. 7, I want to get back into skateboarding just so that I can skateboard to classes. I used to very actively in like middle school, and then I stopped in high school because no one around me skateboarded, and like the group of kids in my high school who did, I didn't want to like go up to them and just be like, hey, I skateboard too, like, can I be friends with you? I don't know, it just felt weird, so I never did it, but I have one and I plan on buying another one, like a cuter deck before school. But I don't want to embarrass myself, so I have to practice that, even if it's for like 10 minutes a day. And most importantly, I want to return to therapy. I have a love-hate relationship with therapy. I love it, but I hate the process of getting into it because of insurance. Like in recent months, I've had a few different therapists, and then I've had issues with insurance, and it's just gotten out of control, and I need it because I have a few issues that I need to deal with. Like, I'm looking into getting diagnosed for whatever is going on in here, because something is going on, and I'm not gonna get into this now because I would go into like a 20-minute spiel about what I think I have and why I think I have it, and yeah, anyways, I'm just 18 now and I want closure on whatever I know that I've been struggling with for a few years, just because at this point I can't go back and, you know, be in middle school again and get meds and maybe focus better, but I can just feel like I was right, you know? I'm also growing out my eyebrows and hair. My eyebrows, I am just putting castor oil on every night, and then my hair, I'm trying to avoid putting heat on it, and I want to start oiling my hair because I heard that that's really good for you. And I also want to watch a ton of movies this summer. Because I grew up as an immigrant, I never watched a lot of these like classic American movies that everybody else grew up with. I want to watch them. Now obviously I can't watch every single one, but like pick the most popular ones. The following goals are all things that I can do in one day. I just have to pick days to do them. First, I want to declare my major. I've been pretty set on being a psychology major with a minor in film and TV studies for a while now, but I've also wanted to pick up a second major and I didn't know what I wanted it to be, and a few days ago I finally figured it out. So I'm really interested in like criminal justice. Ultimately, I want to get into like forensic psychology, but I couldn't for the life of me find criminal justice on the SUNY New Paltz page, and that's because it's under a sociology major with a concentration in criminal justice. So I want to declare that this summer if possible, because it'll make my life a lot easier when it comes to picking classes, like for the spring. Second, I also need to find a job at school to pay for my car, so I need to start my application process pretty soon. Third, I want to get a belly piercing and a made to fade tattoo, which is done by this brand called Ephemeral. There's a location in Brooklyn. Essentially, it's a tattoo that will fade over a year, and I really want to do it to get a better sense of what placements I like and stuff like that, because I just don't think I'm ready to commit to a real tattoo yet, as much as I love them. I mean, this is a real tattoo, like it's the same process and the same amount of money, it'll just fade. And last, I want to completely declutter my room back home, which I've already mentioned, and I've started doing it. It's just gonna take a while because, you know, selling things, I can't do that all in one day. And that is all of them. I am aware that we are pretty well into summer vacation already, but I've only recently gotten settled back at home, especially since I went on vacation right after I came back from school. I have started on a good amount of them, and I should be able to get them all accomplished by the end of the summer. I hope you guys are having a fabulous summer break, and remember to also just take time to relax. Like, I'm accomplishing all of this with really good time management, and I'm going to sleep earlier and waking up earlier, but you don't have to do that. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to like and subscribe. Also, make sure to follow my Instagram. And even though we're not in school year, if you're watching this and you have any college related questions, please feel free to DM me. I will make sure to get back to you.